about what you have been doing on Monday. And then we started first talking about how do we prevent bad things to happen? Huh? How do we prevent children to be a victim of fraud? And how to prevent child labor, right? And I think then we moved on to different questions, to barriers, and your question was about, you have to help me a little bit here.
I want to ask a question.
Okay. Ah, there you go. Yeah, okay. And then we talked about how important it is that schools support young entrepreneurs, that the parents support youth-led entrepreneurs, that the banks support youth-led entrepreneurs, that maybe the government supports them. And am I forgetting anything? Is that a good conclusion so far? Yeah? Yeah. And then we talked about how can we convince adults that children can be responsible for money. Huh? And then we talked about, you said, I believe, it's not every age. Sometimes it's youth-led enterprises. You can also start at 16. You don't need to start at 8 years old. Huh? So there's a difference in age and in how much responsibility you can have. Now, I promise to go back to your question first, and then we come back to you and you. Yeah, one more.
The issue of real conflicts about that.
Yes. Yeah. That is how we came to talk about parents. You said, how do we find a good balance between what we want as a parent, school education, we want children to learn something, we want them to be able to be child, we want them to be able to play, and how do we make sure that youth-led enterprises do not distort the balance? And then Natalia said very good, it's not something that replaces school, it's something that adds to school and maybe even helps schools, maybe helps you learn better. Right. Now I come back to your question.
So what I wanted to do is first take a little poll to see, to find out a little bit more about savings and then ask a question related to savings. So everyone, if you save in any way, in a piggy bank or in a bank account or under your mattress, or if you save in any way, stand up.
We do? Sure.
You save in any way. Do you save? No. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll talk. Oh, you do. Okay. So if you save in ways that are informal, so in your piggy bank or under your mattress, stay standing. And the others sit down. If you don't save in informal ways, sit down. Okay. So, and now everyone sit down. If you save in a formal place, so in a bank or a credit union, stand up. So we've got some informal savers, some formal savers. So everyone sit down. If somehow I didn't capture that, and you save some other way, can you raise your hand and share it with us? Did I miss anything?
I'll share something that there's something that my father used to teach us, like, what he said was that if we know where our money is, then we tend to spend. So when we were kids, my father used to hide money that he eventually forget where it is. Inside his clothes, inside the bed sheets and bed towels, and sometimes when we do a proper cleanup, we find, oh, we found a few thousands in our parents' roof here. So that is some way, if you know, if you feel that you have a tendency to spend when you know, then you can lose it.